more to reality than your current understanding encompasses. When you whisper, perhaps, to the universe, you open channels through which new realities can flow. Your willing introduction. In the depths of time, a truth has whispered through the ages, carried on winds of wisdom from one generation to the next. This ancient knowledge speaks of a power that flows through all things, binding the fabric of existence itself. It is a force that shapes mountains, guides stars in their celestial dance, and dwells within the sacred chamber of your own heart. You hold in your hands not mere words on paper, but a key, one that is...
I have to finish writing this paper. I'm swamped.
Just get Grammarly. It's free.
Can it help with what I wrote last night?
Grammarly will catch all those spelling and grammar errors, and it'll help with the bigger stuff. Grammarly can also give you ideas to make your writing better. Add more background. Add specific examples. Focus your conclusion.
This sounds like me, but better. Less.
that has been waiting for this precise moment to find its way to you. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, has guided you to these chapters, for your spirit has ripened to receive what lies within. These teachings emerge from the mists of antiquity, yet they remain as fresh as the morning dew. They speak of laws, eternal, unchanging principles that govern all of creation. These are not human laws, crafted by mortal minds, but the very foundations upon which reality rests. They are the invisible threads that weave through every success, every transformation, and every miracle that has ever graced this earthly plane. As you turn these chapters, you will discover that you already know these truths. They reside in the quiet spaces between your thoughts, in the wisdom of your dreams, in the subtle nudges that have guided your path. This book serves not as a teacher, but as a mirror, reflecting back to you the knowledge your soul has carried through countless lifetimes. The path ahead is both ancient and new. It winds through valleys of understanding and peaks of revelation, each step unveiling another layer of your own infinite potential. This journey will not add to who you are. It will strip away what you are not, revealing the luminous being that has always existed within. The time of awakening is upon you. The universe has orchestrated this moment with perfect precision. Trust that you are ready, for your presence here is no accident. Part 1. The Awakening of the Soul. Chapter 1. The book that finds you when you're ready. In the shadow-cast corners of an ancient market, an elderly wanderer named Evelyn discovered a leather-bound tome within a weathered trunk. Her wrinkled hands trembled as she lifted it, noting its peculiar weight and the shimmer of golden letters across its cover. Yet when she opened it, the title dissolved like morning mist, leaving only pristine chapters filled with wisdom that seemed to speak directly to her soul. You now hold a similar treasure in your hands. Like Evelyn's discovery, this book has emerged from the infinite possibilities of existence to meet you at this precise moment. This is no mere coincidence. It is the universe's perfect orchestration, a divine appointment set countless lifetimes ago. When the soul reaches a certain vibration, it naturally draws forth the teachings it requires. This is the law of sacred readiness, as ancient as the stars themselves. Just as a flower blooms not by force, but by the gentle calling of spring, spiritual wisdom reveals itself when your inner being resonates.
Y'all
with
doing
its
up?
truth. These sacred texts are living entities
Making me some coffee,
with consciousness.
and then I'm gonna
They do not
start.
simply wait on shelves to be found. They actively seek those whose hearts have prepared a place for them. Your presence here signals that your spirit has attuned itself to these vibrations of higher understanding. In a quiet corner of the world, there lived a librarian named Henry, who worked among countless books for 3 decades. Each day, he passed a particular volume, dusting it carefully, but never feeling drawn to open it. Then came the day his beloved wife departed from this world. In his grief, he found himself reaching for that very book, the one he had touched 1,000 times before. Within its chapters lay exactly the wisdom his heart needed in that moment of profound transition. Like Henry, you have walked past countless doors of wisdom until this precise moment. Now, as you sit with these teachings, recognize that your soul has orchestrated this meeting. The very fact that these words resonate within you is testament to your readiness to receive them. Take a single candle and your journal. Light the flame and allow yourself to sink into sacred silence. In this space between moments, pose this question to your inner wisdom. Why has this book found me now? Let your pen move across the page without judgment or hesitation, allowing the deeper knowing within you to speak. Trust that the answers that emerge carry the signature of divine timing, for your soul has called forth exactly what it needs in this sacred moment of becoming. Chapter 2: The Law That Moves the Stars and Shapes Your Life. In the velvet darkness of a summer night, young Clara lay beside her grandfather on a worn woolen blanket, her innocent eyes fixed upon the glittering canvas above. "Why don't they fall, grandfather?" she whispered, reaching toward the stars as if to catch them. The old man smiled, his weathered face illuminated by starlight. "They are held in place by the same law that holds everything in the universe together. The great law of attraction," he replied softly. "You too are governed by this eternal law, though perhaps you have not recognized its constant presence in your life. Like the celestial dance of planets and stars, your existence moves in perfect harmony with this universal principle. The law of attraction is not merely about wishing upon stars. It is the fundamental force through which all creation manifests. Just as a tuning fork resonates with its matching frequency, the universe responds to the vibration you emit. Every thought you harbor, every emotion you nurture, broadcasts a specific frequency into the cosmic web of existence. This is not metaphor, but mathematics of the highest order. Your inner state creates a magnetic field that draws corresponding experiences into your reality. Think of your consciousness as a transmitter, continuously sending signals into the vast expanse of possibility. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, does not judge these signals as good or bad. It simply matches them with unwavering precision. When you understand this mechanism, you begin to grasp that your reality is not happening to you, but through you. Walter, a carpenter in a small village, unknowingly demonstrated this principle throughout his life. When he crafted furniture with joy and gratitude, his pieces became sought-after treasures, bringing delight to all who owned them. Yet during periods of frustration and haste, his works, though skillfully made, seemed to attract mishap. Chairs that wobbled, tables that warped. The wood, he would say, simply wouldn't cooperate. But it was not the wood that changed. It was the frequency of his own being. As you observe your life, notice how your emotional tone precedes every outcome. The universe is not responding to your words or actions, but to the vibrational offering that underlies them. This is why identical actions can yield vastly different results. The crucial difference lies in the unseen
guys.
frequency you emit. Begin each day with this sacred practice. As morning light breaks, find a quiet space. Place your hand upon your heart and feel its steady rhythm. Take 3 deep breaths, and with each exhale, release any discord within. Then, speak these words with the full power of your being. I am in perfect harmony with the universe. My frequency attracts all that serves my highest good. Let this vibration become your morning star, guiding you toward conscious creation. Chapter 3. The Seed Beneath the Stone. In a small garden at the edge of town, Mabel knelt in the rich earth day after day. Her neighbors watched with bemused expressions as she tenderly cared for what appeared to be empty soil. They did not know that beneath the surface, a rare golden lotus seed lay dormant, waiting for the perfect moment to emerge. You stand now at a similar threshold. The seeds of your desires have been planted in the fertile soil of the universe. And though your
Hey,
eyes may
guys.
see no movement, great forces are at work beneath the surface.
I'm getting my morning
This
ritual right.
is the mystery of manifestation. It begins in the
I
unseen
got some
realm,
downloads
taking
today.
form first in the subtle
I got
dimension
some notes.
before emerging in
I got
physical
some
reality.
words. I've
Just
been
as a
switching
seed must
words
first crack
around.
open in darkness
I gotta be
before
kind of
it can
quiet because
reach
my
toward the
grandbaby
light.
is upstairs
Your
asleep.
manifestations often begin
But
their journey
how
in
did I
ways
put
invisible to the physical eye.
these words together?
The
It's like
universe
follow the
operates
yellow
through
brick
natural
road.
laws that
That
honor
movie
the
just
process
came
of
in.
becoming.
I'm like, what?
No flower blooms
Answers,
without first growing
ancestors,
roots.
treasure
No
hunts,
dream
and
manifests
breadcrumbs, and
without first
yellow
taking
brick
shape in the
roads.
ethereal
Baby,
realm.
what are we on
Your
to?
task is not to force the seed to grow, but to
And it's
maintain
like, when you
unwavering
really
faith
find
in
out
its
the
inevitable
mental
emergence.
magic that's been put on
When you
you,
trust in the unseen workings of the universe,
you
you
spray your
align with
wings.
the very power that transforms seeds
Y'all know I stay in this
into
tiny house, so let me put
forests.
this stuff back up because
Your belief
I don't have that
becomes
much
the
room
water
over here.
that nourishes the soul of possibility. Calvin, an inventor in a distant city, worked for years on a device to harness the power of waves. After countless failed attempts, he surrendered his dream, packing away his blueprints with a heavy heart. The very next morning, while watching his daughter play with ripples in her bath, the solution appeared with crystal clarity. His breakthrough came not through forcing, but through releasing, allowing the universe to work through him rather than by him. Your manifestations follow this same divine timing. What appears as delay is often divine preparation. What feels like silence may be the universe orchestrating countless unseen elements on your behalf. Trust in this process. Honor the sacred gestation period of your dreams. Close your eyes now and envision a tiny seed in dark soil. Feel the life force stirring within it, the invisible process of becoming. Watch as it slowly splits open, extending its first tender root downward. See it sending up a small shoot that pushes through the earth, reaching toward sunlight. Observe its gradual transformation into a mighty tree, knowing that every stage, even those hidden from view, was essential to its completion. Write these words in your journal. I trust in the unseen unfolding of my desires. Like a seed becoming a tree, my manifestations are taking form in perfect divine timing. Let this truth take root in your heart, knowing that the universe's wisdom far exceeds what your physical eyes can perceive. Chapter 4. The Illusion of the Mask. In a dimly lit theater, Eleanor stood before her dressing room mirror, applying the finishing touches to her stage makeup. For 20 years, she had played countless roles, queens and peasants, heroes and villains, until one evening, as she wiped away the last traces of her character, she could no longer find her own face beneath. The mask you wear may feel like protection, but it has become a prison. Each day, you step onto the stage of life, performing the role others expect. You smile when custom demands it, speak words that belong to a script written by society, and move through your days as though following careful choreography. Yet, beneath this performance lies a truth waiting to emerge. The law of attraction operates through authenticity, not artifice. When you project an image that differs from your inner reality, you create discord in the universal frequency. This misalignment manifests as a life that feels hollow, achievements that bring no joy, and relationships that touch only the surface of who you are. Your true power awakens only when you allow yourself to be seen, first by yourself, then by the world. Consider how your self-concept was formed. Like clay shaped by many hands, your identity bears the fingerprints of parents, teachers, friends, and strangers. Their expectations, fears, and judgments have molded you into a character that may no longer resemble your authentic self. Yet the law of attraction responds not to the role you play, but to the truth of who you are. In a small town lived Frank, known as Francis for 60 years because of a clerical error on his birth certificate. He lived as Francis, answered to Francis, became Francis, until the day he discovered an old family Bible in his grandmother's attic. There, written in faded ink, was his true name, Franklin, after the morning star that had shone at his birth. In that moment of recognition, tears fell from his eyes. He had always felt like a Franklin, strong and bright, but had dimmed himself to fit inside another's mistake. You are not the name others have given you, nor the role you have learned to play. The universe knows your true identity. It vibrates in harmony with your authentic self, waiting for you to claim it. Sacred practice. Find a quiet, sacred space with a mirror where you won't be disturbed. Light a white or golden candle, placing it where its gentle light will illuminate your face. For several minutes, or as long as your spirit calls you to remain, gaze steadily into your own reflection. Let the flickering flame cast dancing shadows across your features as you look deeply into your own eyes, seeing past the physical form to glimpse the eternal soul within. This ancient practice of mirror meditation, known to mystics throughout the ages, opens a gateway between your earthly presence and your eternal spirit, allowing you to witness the divine light that has always resided within you. Chapter 5, The Mirror of Light and Shadow. In a sunlit studio atop a quiet hill, Helen stood before her easel, brush trembling in her hand. Each portrait she painted bore the same haunting expression, eyes filled with loneliness, lips curved in quiet despair. Though her subjects varied, from children to elders, their faces all reflected the same shadow that dwelled within her own heart. You live in a universe that operates as a cosmic mirror, reflecting back the essence of your inner world with perfect precision. What you see in your daily experience is not random circumstance, but a reflection of the beliefs, emotions, and thoughts you hold within. The law of reflection reveals that life does not happen to you. It responds to you. When you gaze upon your circumstances, you witness your consciousness made manifest. Your relationships echo your self-worth. Your abundance mirrors your beliefs about deserving. Your health reflects your inner harmony. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, does not judge these inner contents. It simply reflects them back with unwavering accuracy. This mirror operates through the law of attraction, but goes deeper still. It shows you not just what you think about, but what you believe to be true about yourself and the nature of reality. These beliefs may lie buried beneath conscious awareness, yet they shape your experience with sovereign power. George was known throughout his village for his kindness to others. Yet, despite his generous nature, he found himself surrounded by people who treated him with coldness and distance. For years, he could not understand why his warmth was met with frost, until he recognized the ancient resentment he carried within. Though hidden from his conscious mind, this buried pain colored all his interactions, causing him to expect rejection even as he offered love. Only when he healed this wound did the mirror of his relationships begin to shift, reflecting back the warmth he had finally allowed himself to feel. Your life speaks to you through reflections. Each experience offers insight into your inner landscape. When you encounter recurring patterns in relationships, work, or any area of life, look within. The external circumstance is showing you where healing awaits. Sacred practice. In the soft light of dawn or dusk, take your journal in hand. Write at the top of a fresh page. What parts of my life are mirroring back unhealed beliefs? Let your pen flow freely, recording without judgment what arises. Look especially at recurring patterns. These are the universe's most insistent reflections, calling for your attention and healing touch. Notice where resistance emerges, for this too is a mirror. Pay particular attention to relationships or situations that consistently trigger emotional responses, as these are sacred messengers guiding you toward inner transformation. Trust that each word you write carries the seed of revelation, illuminating the path toward wholeness. When you finish writing, sit quietly with your insights, allowing their wisdom to settle into your being like dewdrops nourishing parched soil. Chapter 6. The Voice Behind the Silence. In a cottage among whispering pines, Irene woke each morning to a peculiar occurrence. As dawn's first light filtered through her window, the morning breeze carried the same gentle message. Remember who you are. At first, she dismissed it as grief's imagination. Her beloved husband had passed just months before. Yet day after day, the whisper persisted, growing clearer with each sunrise. You possess an inner compass, a sacred knowing that speaks in the language of subtle signs. The universe communicates not through thunderous proclamation, but through the gentle brush of intuition against your consciousness. This voice of inner wisdom has guided humanity since time immemorial, though in modern days its whisper often drowns beneath the clamor of daily life.
Hi. Got my coffee. So, how y'all doing? Y'all like the audiobook? The name of this is The Universe Sends This to You. The universe sends you this rare book when you're ready. And I started listening to it yesterday. And I've been trying to adjust to this mental magic. Like, what made us have these four components of life that were holding us back and letting us have repeat cycles? Let's see. So it's kind of like cracking a code. Like, I don't know if I put this in a title, but when I woke up this morning, I was like, it was like follow the yellow brick road. And I was like, okay, so it says follow the yellow brick road, but who painted it? Like, in my mind at that time, I saw Dorothy on the yellow brick road, but Dorothy had to have her paint brush and her can or her roller, and she was painting the road as she went. She, the divine feminine. So I've been in this era of becoming the shapeshifter. And what was making me not, well, I know at this moment now that it was fear. And I wrote it down somewhere. It was like the four components that are keeping you, and it was in reference of me and YouTube. And I gotta find it, but it was fear. It was I'm trying to see where I wrote it at. I'm writing so much. Fear. Momentum. Trying to find my notes. I didn't really put this together. I was just like, you know what? Let's just cut on the camera and do this today. Hello, new friend, madam. Hi. Done connect to you. Hi, Tanara. I gotta find it. But anyway, it was saying that fear, competition, there's four of them. I want to say consistency, but it's not consistency. And so the first one, when it got to the fear part, I was like, where did fear come from? Because in our child state, we're fearless. And then we start to get outsiders telling us what we can and cannot do. And for me, it was in reference of I felt like I was taught fear when I was in the community of Christianity. But as I dug deeper, I'm like, okay, the first line of the Bible says, in the beginning it was dark. Excuse me. In the beginning it was dark. So when a lot of people are going through darkness, they tend to seek the entity God, right? And when you seek the entity of God, you have to go within. And as you're going within the darkness, as you're in the darkness, go within yourself, which is the darkness, you radiate light. So kind of took me back down the rabbit hole of reincarnation, but also the frequency of spirits, the seen and the unseen, because it also said the unseen, right? And we focus so much on the seen that there's this um, defense mechanism, which it would also be a fear mechanism within women, that they fight, like in the movie The Color Purple. They fight with, all my life I had to fight to be who I am, right? But the I am is the source. So for me, the reincarnation of me is to let two become one. Question mark. Hi. Hi. So when the first words I wrote this morning was ancestors and answers. And I know that ancestors are in some lines, people are afraid of ancestors. But if you put that with biblically, what if we change the word ancestors to reincarnation? I'm wonderful. I'm wonderful. And you? I am wonderful, y'all. Listen, I don't want to care right now about shit that don't matter. I said hi. And I'm just trying to um I'm trying to work on my mental magic, right? My reticular formation, my network, my neurons in my brain. And in order for me to do that and be the on YouTube, I've noticed that I have to be on a certain frequency of the feel good frequency, right? What do you mean by that? What do I mean by which part, sweetie? Let me turn this over around just a little bit. Um, what do I mean by what? Mm, mm, mm. What do I mean by what? What do I mean by what? Okay. Neuroscience, behavior neuroscience, cognitive neuroscience, development neuroscience, voluntarily, evolutionary. I'm trying to find those five. Okay, let me see. Hello, I am a kid. I am 7 years old. So, why would you be on this page if you were a kid and you were 7 years old? Because this live clearly clicks no kids. But anyway, what I've learned with my ReTube search, that when you come, it's kind of like, say, real life. You're doing good, you're going good, you're in this good vibration and you're moving, and then someone comes and they throw the energy off, right? So, I'm going to say practice this. Read the room. Read the room. If the room does not fit, then exit to left. But don't break the flow. Like, this is a test for me, especially on YouTube, because you open up your energy, because I'm fighting over here to just come in here and well, I was fighting. I'm not even fighting anymore. Let's say past tense, right? Past tense, I was fighting to come in here on YouTube and try to do all this and that to find out what my field was, right? Because I know, and I'm developing her every day, right? So I gained this thing where I read the room. And in saying that, if this ain't the room for you, then, you know, you got to judge. You got to use your discernment, right? Become a shapeshifter. If you're 7 years old and this is not the content that you're in, because clearly the mindset that I hashtag life, I hashtag you, I hashtag creator, I didn't hashtag 7 year old child. So for me, like, I have a grandbaby, right? And he's on YouTube quite a much, as much as I am. So I can't contradict myself, because I listen to podcasts and I listen to tarot readers. I listen to Bible audio books. Like, I'm clearly the name of my thing. My thing is all things possible, right? Like, I have tarot cards over here that I already dealt before I came out. Like, read the room. And if the room don't fit, stroll. Like, that's what we got to practice. Now, for the person who wrote that, if you're over here and you're trying to start a YouTube channel and you're trying to find confidence and you're trying to show up for yourself and you're trying to rebuild and restructure and you're trying to make 5K a month or 20,000 a month, whatever people are making on YouTube, then stay here. But this right here today is about manifestation. It's not about um um well, you know what? If you want to play the game Minecraft because life is a game and this is what we're doing, then let's do that. Like, if you want to be in here at 7 years old, then, which seven is a good number. Glad you picked seven. I don't know why you picked seven, but seven is a good number. So we're gonna take that and we're gonna roll with that, right? So what? Let's see why you put seven in the chat, because see, this how you read the room. This how you make somebody that's trying to throw your energy off, this is how you get it back in alignment. So let's see why you put, hello, I am a kid and I am 7 years old. Okay, let's see. um where's the book? uh, mm. I'm a kid and I'm 7 years old. Is what you typed. And I gotta find the book. Oh, here's the book. Here's the book for the 7-year-old kid. Okay, let's see why. Because, see, that's what I'm learning. To take the distractions, when you read in the room and you taking the distractions, and it's kind of like the metaphor of making your enemies your footstool. And I want to find that. I'm going to find it. Prophets wrote what they spoke. The writing prophet. Over period. Sovereign. I gotta find it. But meanwhile, back at the ranch, let's see why she decided to type, I am a 7-year-old kid. Hello. Hi. I like your numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. I like your alignment. Let's see why she wrote 7. And I'm reading this from Angels Everywhere, Understanding the Synchronicities and the meaning of them. So 7, because people be out here playing in the YouTube streets, but some of us, we be out here trying to decode life. We be out here playing a whole game with our tools to try to understand, overstand what the fuck is going on down here on the ranch. Okay, so 7, expect miracles. So for the lady who put 7 in the chat, I'm a 7-year-old child, kid, 7. Thank you for the number 7. So 7 references vibration and energies. Vibrations and energies of the number 7. The number 7 represents enlightenment, motivation, and spiritual awakening. It is sent to individuals tuned into their spiritual realm. Come on. Thank you. The number 7 encourages us to learn and educate ourselves and to find our purpose in life. That goes back to the video that I was playing before we came in here, right? Let's read the room. So when you see the number 7, know that you, number 7 in the chat, are on the right path. Your outcome will exceed your expectations. 7 also guides us into divine vibration of our best self. So number 7, the lady that commented that she was a 7, she is in her 7-year-old child state, then you need to hit the subscribe button, because baby, you just came into a portal of self-development. So the number 7 resonates with the vibration and energies of persistence and purpose, enlightenment, natural healing, intuition, spiritual awakening, exoteric, the loner, introspection. And see, that loner thing, that's why I'm here, right? I'm here because I'm alone, and I'm over here looking for my tribe of manifestators, manifestations, life, because life is lifing, and I'm trying to stay at a frequency of feel free, right? In this energy after this retrograde. Okay, so let's do this. Now she just asked me what was the price for her whole house cleaning. Okay, let me see. I should do 700 because 7. Okay, we're gonna say 700. All right, hold on 1 minute, guys. I got a client that just texted me. All right, I'm back. So, the number seven resonates with the vibration of the energies of peace, poise, inner strength, and I was getting that inner strength, individual intentions, manifestation, good fortune, logic, understanding, education, silence, and perfection. So right now, let's just say silence, right? Right now, I'm moving in my silence era, moving silence, right? I'm over here in my own little universe, moving in silent. But to show my return, right? I'm putting in, I have to have balance of giving out, right? Giving out the energy. Like I'm talking to people every day, even when I'm not on YouTube, I'm talking to people. But my thing is, I need to be doing it here, right? Because this is a job, right? So I'm finding balance into reading the room, but I'm moving in silence outside, and I'm only coming to those who align with me, right? So that's what we are coming out of this retrograde, going into our new earth and planning it on this planet, Mother Earth. Like, won't she do it? Like, that's the fuck what attitude women need to have right now. Won't she do it? Right? And there's no competition over here in this space. There's no I know more than what anybody else. It's like it's coming together, like separation. That's one of the words. Separation has, I would say, and I ain't trying to offend nobody, but this is just where I'm at with it. um because I understand your words have power, right? So from my experience, I feel that to a certain extent, Christianity taught us separation because we were like, oh, they ain't good enough being our circle, and but discernment and judgment and all that. So we got to all control, delete all of that, clear all of that mindset, and rebuild a new mindset. The mental magic of who taught you that? Who taught them that? Right? So somebody taught them that we should be separated. Somebody taught them that we can't use our voice. Because remember, if we go back to the books, they were gagging the women's mouth, they were putting rocks in the women's mouth, and they were masking them up, So now women get to find their own little piece on earth and share it, right? That's where we at. But somewhere with this whole technology thing, a lot of women were afraid or are afraid. Like the momentum that I might have zero people on this channel, right? Even when I had zero people on my channel, I still had to show up. I still had to open my mouth. That's when it was a fight, right? It was a fight because it's like a journal. It's like even in listening to the podcast, you heard him say that, get your pen and your piece of paper out. So you get your pen and your piece of paper out. I need to turn this light on. Okay, is my battery going there? So let's see. Oh, it died. So we ain't gonna worry about that. So, what was I saying? We got so caught up with other people's ish, like just say a job, right? You get out of school, you get a job, and you have to continuously listen and have the time that they tell you that you have to take a break, or you know what I'm saying. You have to always think about what somebody else wants you to do. But in this time right now, in the year 2025, with each is a nine, and I'm a 9-month baby. um the women have to open your mouth. Like you get rewarded. This is what I see. This is my theory, right? Um this is my disclosure, right? So when you first start to cut on the camera, it's like awkward, right? It's like I'm looking at myself. There's nobody there. Like right now, there's zero people here. But at the same time, the unseen is you have people that might be on the outside that don't click, right? But if you know that what you're saying is in alignment and that somebody needs to hear what you have to say. So the reason why they put the muzzle in your mouth in the ancients is because they didn't need you to hear yourself speak with confidence and know that your words have power, right? And that you're breaking the chains. Like it's almost like you break the chains, like the mountain is you bite the rock and the rock. I mean, you got to be literally like in that state of mind. You gotta not care. You just gotta, like me yesterday. I'm just use this as an example. So I'm in here, I'm reading, I'm doing, and I'm like, okay. I kept saying I'm gonna wash my hair, right? So I go and I wash my hair. Now I run my tub of water. I set the intentions of my water, and then I get in my water. And then while I'm in the tub, I'm like, I'm gonna wash my hair. But my hair had been out since the day before. So my ear is ringing. And my hair had been out since the day before. And I think my daughter was like, what? I was probably looking like Albert Einstein, right? You remember Einstein in his era of his one room box? If y'all ever studied the story of him, and that's how he became a genius, right? He was in his room and his hair was all wild and he was developing, he was creating, he had his number two pencil and he had his paper and he was just getting it, right? And nothing else mattered. His appearance didn't matter. That's how I was. I was looking that way. So I'm in the tub and I'm like, I'm gonna cut my hair. But I had no clippers, right? So in between me getting in the tub, getting out the tub, washing my hair, I decided I'm gonna shave my head. But I really didn't know how much hair I had on my head, right? Because I had a little afro, because I had cut my locks off um some months ago. Um, what is that? Oh, were you trying to say? Oh, hey, how are you? So yeah, I was in my Albert Einstein thing. So I start cutting my hair first with some scissors and a comb, and I'm like, just cutting. I'm like, oh no, this ain't gonna work. I didn't even know I had this much hair since I cut my locks off. So this light is gonna get on my nerves, y'all. But my battery bank just died. Okay, so let's see. Let's see what this is. You man or woman? I'm balanced. Am I a man or a woman? I'm both of them. Yeah, number nine. Yeah, you want to read number nine? Let me cut off this light, cause make sure I understand, overstand what the hell. I support you. Okay, and I'm just trying to read the room. Like read the room. Now, you stood out. First of all, you commented. Thank you for commenting. Like, commenting is um it's a respect thing, right? I respect the fact that you comment. When you come, it's like for me, I'm old school. I'm from the South. So, I was raised to when I walk in the room, I say hey or hi, right? So that's why I was trying to figure out. So when I walk in the room, I speak, right? And that's important. So you're in this room and I appreciate you for speaking because you got to understand you this a crystal ball, right? This is a black mirror and I can't see you, but I can see you, right? I can see you because you commented. You matter, right? I'm real keen on if you have a YouTube channel, and if you have a YouTube channel, post your YouTube channel um in the box, in the comments, or go to another video and post it in there. But and I'll go watch because I want to hear what people have to say, especially women. I'm a woman. I'm on team women, right? So to answer your question, yes, I am a woman, but I'm a masculine woman to a certain extent, looking for my feminine era because I was raised by a man. I was raised by my dad. I'm not gay, but I am very much so a female, a feminine. I'm a feminine. What are you? You are, but that's where that's what's going on with me. So, and I was like shaving my hair, and I did not realize how much hair I had on my head, even though I had cut my hair when I cut my locks off. So, in between me cutting my hair, I mean, in between me getting in the spiritual bath and cutting my hair, I didn't have the right tools. So I had to walk around when I tied my head up until I went and got some clippers from my brother. So I can imagine me going to my mom's house yesterday and my pulling my scarf off. I'm like, I need to use your clippers because I'm asking, like, please let me use your clippers before I unwrap my hair. So I unwrap my hair. I have like a bald spot here because I've taken the razor down. Like I was a hot ass mess. Um, and after it all came together of me cutting my hair, and getting it like I wanted it, it was like that gap, right? And a lot of times when we start something, we don't understand, understand, or overstand that there's a gap to get to. Nobody's there, and this is for you. And then people are there. So this is my moving. This is what I reference of moving in silence. I'm moving in silence, but I'm over here with y'all because this is what gives me peace and confidence. Like, I really on this confidence thing. A lot of people don't open their mouth and say things because they don't have confidence. They don't they don't know how to let your source and yourself let two become one. You are the source that connects to the source. You are the ancestors. You are the spiritual, the spirit, right? Embrace the spirit. You are the spirit. you are the shapeshifter. Like you got to start putting these things, like when it says that I am, like I am needs the confidence to know that I deserve whatever I want. Like, so say the other day I was talking to this person and I was like, and they already know I want an RV, but I was like, you know what? I want a black Chevy Tahoe. And he had a fucking black Chevy Tahoe, right? So, um, I say, I want a black Chevy Tahoe. Do y'all have one at your car lot? And he was like, no, we don't have one. And he was telling me, so check this out. A couple of days later, I said maybe 3 days. It could have been 3 days. It could have been longer. I'm not sure because y'all, that's why I don't tell lies. I don't tell lies because you gotta remember the lie. I just go with the flow, right? And so I'm riding down that way the other day, and um, I see his truck. I don't see the second one, right? I see his truck, so I pull in, and it was an awkward pull because it was a noticeable pull because I was about to pass it. And I pull in, and then I noticed there's a right behind the RV, which I had wanted to go see anyway. There was a Chevy Tahoe, a black one. So I go back and I start talking to y'all. I was like, "Who's Chevy Tahoe? Is that like the owner's Chevy Tahoe?" And it was like, "No, we just got that one." I was like, "Ain't no way." I just asked these people, did they have a Chevy Tahoe or could they find me a Chevy Tahoe? And here it is, the freaking Chevy Tahoe is at the dealership. And I'm like, what? I just told you I wanted a black Chevy Tahoe. So that's how quick God is working in your life. Now, what's the distance between first I asked for a Chevy Tahoe and I asked this particular person to connect me to the Chevy Tahoe, and then he went to work and there was a Chevy Tahoe right there, and it had beige seats. So he oh, what's the distance in? Now the Chevy Tahoe is on the car dealership. How do I get the Chevy Tahoe with my name on it in my yard? So those are the type things that, manifestation kind of things that I be thinking about. Like when I ask my God, who is not your God, but individually we collect, right? It's almost like, let me make an example of what I'm saying. When you start reading the Bible, and some people they just need to go back and start all over reading the Bible from a different perspective. Um, it says God with a capital G, God with a little g, God with a capital G and a small O and D, and then all small God, and then all capital gods. That means there are different levels to the gods, right? Just like there are different levels to Jacob's ladder. Like, so when it comes to that, I'll sometimes reference your God. It's not my God. My God is an individual, your God is an individual, and then we collect, right? So connect, collective connects. Um, yeah, I don't know where that came from, but that's what came. So hold on for a second. I'm gonna play a little bit more of this, and then because I gotta
Your
go.
intuition speaks through
So
many channels. The sudden knowing that arrives without reason. The synchronicities that appear too perfect to be chance. These are not coincidences, but divine breadcrumbs leading you along your destined path.
This was one of the most fascinating things I learned about in my entire 4 years of high school.
I encourage every student to sign up.
This was like my first class that really was kind of my aha moment.
right
I
back.
could see so many career choices.
When you learn to attune to this subtle guidance, life flows with remarkable grace and precision. In a small workshop in the heart of an ancient city, Samuel crafted the most precise timepieces anyone had ever known. Though his eyes had never seen light, his fingers danced across gears and springs with uncanny accuracy. I listened to the metal, he would say. and it tells me where it belongs. His blindness had become his greatest gift, for in the absence of sight he had learned to trust a deeper way of knowing. You too possess this ability to sense truth beyond the physical senses. Each time you've known something without knowing how you knew, each time you've felt pulled toward or away from a choice without logical reason, you've touched this sacred current of inner wisdom. When you dismiss these subtle promptings, you ignore the universe's attempt to guide you toward your highest good. Your logical mind may demand proof, but wisdom often arrives before explanation. Trust first, and understanding will follow. Sacred practice. Find a quiet place in nature, a garden, a forest path, or simply a peaceful corner beneath the sky. Sit in stillness for 20 minutes, allowing your breath to slow and your mind to quiet. Listen not with your ears, but with your entire being. Notice what subtle messages arise from within. Afterward, write in your journal what you received, even if it seems insignificant. With practice, this inner voice will grow stronger, becoming your most trusted guide on the sacred path. Chapter 7. The path reveals itself as you walk. In a time before digital maps and satellite views, Dorothy created the most exquisite hand-drawn maps anyone had ever seen. Her cartography studio overlooked the sea, where she meticulously charted coastlines and mountain ranges. Yet one morning, after decades of mapping every conceivable path, she gathered all her works and cast them into the flames. She had discovered a truth that changed everything. No map could capture the living path that unfolds before each soul. You stand now at the threshold of understanding a vital truth about your journey. The universe does not reveal the entire path at once, for such foreknowledge would rob you of the sacred wisdom found in each step. Many souls remain frozen in contemplation, awaiting perfect clarity before moving forward. Yet clarity emerges through motion, not through waiting. The law of attraction responds to energy in motion. When you take inspired action, even amid uncertainty, you activate forces beyond your comprehension. Each step forward sends ripples through the fabric of creation, calling forth the next revelation. Your movement becomes a prayer, your action a declaration of trust. Think not that you must see the entire staircase before taking the first step. The universe honors courage over certainty, trust over total knowledge. As you move, the path reveals itself, each step illuminating just enough ground for the next. In the misty valleys of an ancient land, Howard sought a legendary bridge said to connect two distant peaks. For days he studied the fog-shrouded canyon, hoping it would be clear enough to reveal his destination. But revelation came only when he began walking toward the impenetrable mist. With each step, the fog parted just enough to show the next foothold. The bridge, invisible from afar, materialized beneath his feet only as he dared to walk forward. Your path, like Howard's bridge, exists in potential until your movement calls it into being. The fog of uncertainty before you is not an obstacle. It is the very canvas upon which your path will be drawn. The universe responds not to your readiness, but to your willingness to begin before you feel ready. Sacred practice. Today, you are called to take one decisive action that beckons your destiny closer. Choose something that both excites and slightly frightens you. This tension marks the edge of growth. Before taking this action, place your hand upon your heart and speak these words. I trust in the wisdom of the unfolding path. Then, without hesitation, take that first step. Write down what you did and what stirred within you as you moved forward. This becomes your testament to trust in motion. Chapter 8. The Law Hidden in Plain Sight. In the heart of an ancient city, Beatrice tended a bookshop passed down through 7 generations. Each morning she would trace her fingers along weathered spines, discovering treasures hidden in plain sight. One day, while restoring a collection of texts spanning centuries and cultures, she noticed something extraordinary. The same truth appeared again and again. As within, so without. These words emerged from Hermetic manuscripts, Buddhist sutras, quantum physics journals, and indigenous wisdom teachings. The universe has woven this singular truth through every sacred text and scientific discovery. What mystics whispered in temples, quantum physicists now prove in laboratories. The law of attraction is not new. It is the foundation of all creation, expressing itself in endless forms throughout human understanding. In your own life, this law operates whether recognized or not. Every religious tradition speaks of it. Ask, and it shall be given. As you
Seek,
sow,
and ye
so
shall
shall you
find.
reap. Your faith has made you whole. Science echoes this wisdom. Observer effects in quantum mechanics, neuroplasticity in brain
Trying to
science,
plug
the
up my.
mirror neurons that shape our social reality. These are not separate truths, but one truth viewed through different lenses. The universe ensures this wisdom remains eternally accessible, hiding it in plain sight. It appears in children's tales
There we
where
go.
belief precedes magic,
There we
in
go.
agricultural wisdom where intention
There we go.
affects
We got
crop
light.
yields, in
It was
medical
dark
studies
and then
where
it was
expectation
light.
influences healing. This law is not hidden. You simply learn to recognize its presence everywhere. Ralph, a quantum physics professor, spent decades pursuing mathematical proof of reality's fundamental nature.
Hey
One
y'all.
evening,
I'm about to
while
pull out the
reviewing
Kabbalah.
double-slit experiment data, he
I want to go
suddenly
to
laughed
cause
out
and
loud.
effect
The equations describing particle
because I really
behavior
feel
matched
that
exactly what ancient meditation masters had said about consciousness shaping reality. Science had led him full circle to spiritual truth. What Ralph discovered through formulas, you have always known in your heart. When you see this law operating everywhere, in nature's patterns, in human psychology, in
trying to go
cosmic
to the
physics, you understand that the universe has been teaching this truth through every possible channel. Your awareness of it now is not coincidence, but recognition.
okay. We're gonna stop
Eve
right there.
Online is a vast universe, alive with the unrelenting.
Sacred practice.
Okay.
Take a
Let's pause this. So, thank you to the two that are still in here because guess what? Let two become one. So I was about to I got this book out because I heard cause and effect. And the cause and effect, the law of cause and effect, the principles. The principles of cause and effect. Every cause has its effect. Every effect has its cause. Everything happens according to law. So let's say for in other teachings, they would consider if you Google the word law, it's like Lord. So it's like they kind of change law, Lord for law. So chance is but a name for law not recognized. There are many planes of cautions, but nothing escapes the law. The principle embodies the fact that there is a cause for every effect. So, kind of goes back to what I was saying that, you know, in this manifestation thing that happens according to law, there is nothing merely happening, right? So, it's like this is a video game. I say life is a video game. And we're trying to get to the higher planes of the video game, like um, Minecraft. So you want to build the blocks up. Like that's awesome. That's awesome. So becoming a shapeshifter in this thing when you see what you see, but the unseen of what you don't see is the manifestation, which everything is manifestation. So when you see it in your mind, in your hieroglyphics, right? You you begin to bring it to you because thoughts become things and things become reality. So I'm using this YouTube channel as an example. When there's zero people here, or now it says we have three people here, the zero matters, right? The zero is the wholeness for me. I'm going to be here regardless if you're here. But if you're here, your presence is now. It's your time now. And the divine will make it like you're, it's like, just say if you were a survivalist, right? It would be like a urgency, a sense of urgency to show up for yourself, a sense of urgency to create something for yourself. And even though you can't tell anybody, like, I'm preparing for the zombie apocalypse because they'll throw you up under. Detroit in the building. Hey, Detroit! This is North Kakalaki right here. So it's like because when you start your YouTube channel, there's nobody there. It's like a journal. It's just like cut on the camera. It's like um that's the cause, right? The cause is I need something to pour into, right? And the effect is if one person comes in and say, "Hey, Detroit in the building," like it raised the vibration because the cause of me being here is not about I am not my hair, I am not my skin. Like that song just came through. It's like right now, I don't care. I'm here alone. I'm moving in silence. I'm creating nothingness into something. And that's awesome. Like the mental magic of it. So that's my cause and my effect. So I'm learning how to let go of the course of fear, right? Fear, competition, um, stagnant energy. I need to show up for myself, even when there's zero people in the room, right? So when nobody's here, I'm still gonna read the room. That's the mindset that we have to develop the mental magic of being a shapeshifter, the mental magic of embracing spirit, right? Because, when we were in a different energy, they were like, oh, the Holy Ghost, right? Not the Holy Spirit. But if you read in the book, it doesn't say ghost. It says spirit many, many, many times. And when you dive deeper into spirit, like there are spirits in the room that you can't see, right? But sometimes you hear something fall in the house, or you hear something, and it it um it catches your mind, even though you don't see it, right? It's letting you know that there's a spirit in the room. So those are things that they don't teach us, right? They don't break down to the frequency of the energy that we are experiencing right now is letting go of fear. Fear of the unseen. Fear of the spirits that you connect to. So when you start saying things like that, it needs to be a divine. You need to always think of a divine, a higher frequency of a spirit that you connect to. It's like, say, hypothetically, not yesterday, day before yesterday, I did a live. And when I did this live, somebody came in the room and they said, oh, I see something behind you. Now, for somebody who lives in fear, they'll be like, oh, I ain't got time for the YouTube streets. Like, fuck all that. Like, I ain't got time for that. But for me, because I'm not in fear of spirits being in the room, I wasn't afraid. So, a couple of days ago, I did a live, and there was this guy. He came in and he was putting all this stuff about America, and he was putting little stuff in the chat. Oh, excuse me. He was putting stuff in the chat, and I was like, what is that? So I wasn't even thinking that day. Read the room. Like, don't be a distraction. If you're going to be here and not say anything, that's good too. But if you come in the room and you throw the energy off, it's off. It's off. So I'm just like, we really trying to learn um, how to adapt to the the energy of others while we build ourselves, and not be afraid. Like, fear is just out the door. But like in Dorothy's situation, Dorothy painted the yellow brick road as she was going. She wasn't following the yellow brick road, she was painting the yellow brick road as she was going. And a lot of scenarios of we've been taught backwards is it's real. So you just got to go back and do your own research. Become the researcher. Become the Albert Einstein of your life. So that's where I'm at with it. So um, that's it, guys. I've been up here for like an hour. Thank you for everybody that came in. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the numbers in the chat. Ooh, my hand is itching. So yeah, that's me. I've noticed that I do good with making videos in the energy of um before I get the day started, and I got the downloads coming in, and life is not lifing yet, that I consider myself to be able to deliver the message a little bit better. And I just want to tell people, like, in this era right now of this energy, you really gotta not care what anybody has to say about you. You really just gotta come in your little space of your little corner and create your content and not care what anybody's got to say, because you are the tube. If you don't show up, then you don't create. And yesterday, I didn't turn on the camera, but I was upstairs and I was doing my room, and I've been in this house for a year. So I was doing my room and I was just taking what I had and creating a better space. The same thing with me and this channel. Taking what I have, even though I have content that's all over the place for the last 3 years, I was in and out, working a job, not working a job, sharing that with y'all. But now that I'm in creative mode, creators mode, I'm learning that, listen, you need to tell women everything that you touch turns to gold. Everything that you want, you get it. You just got to do the work. And I understand, overstand, and overstand that doing the work looks different from for everybody. Like, somebody would say, "Oh, YouTube ain't a job," but if they get a check, it's a job. So, if you want to just be on the receiving end, it's not balanced. You got to give in order to receive. So you got to give yourself. You got to lay yourself on the line and say, "Look, I got to turn on this camera. Whatever comes out, it comes out. I just had to find what time is good for it to come out." So I'm going to ask, is it time? Asking is given, seeking you shall find, knocking the door shall open. So when I get the message of it's not time, I don't do that. I do something else. But when I get the message that, or the answer is time, of course, yes, go now, I go, right? But we have this we have this mechanism in us that we don't we pick and choose when we're going to ask for directions, right? And when you pick and choose, what if all day you just said, "Am I supposed to do that? Do I do this? Do I go left? Do I go in the living room? Do I go in the kitchen?" If you develop that mindset of asking, then when things don't, when you can't see the picture that you're painting, it's a problem. Because how can you not see the picture that you're painting, right? How many artists do you think they start a painting and it's just one dot, it's just one line, it's just one stroke, right? They don't stop because that one line looks like it might be crooked, right? They don't stop because this one line is the complete picture. They don't do that. They keep on going until the canvas is full. And then when the canvas is full, the painting is complete, right? So that's how um, the cause and effect go together, if you get what I'm saying. So keep up the good work. Everything you touch turns to gold. It's effortlessly. And I think we're on to something bigger and better. It's like new beginnings, like 111, new beginnings, 1111. Like, if you don't see the synchronicities, then start asking. Give me a sign. Like, I'm doing the right thing. Give me a sign in the right place. Give me a sign. Like, you don't have to ask when you're in your car driving. You don't have to ask for stoplights. You don't have to ask for stop signs. You don't have to ask, you know, is this road a one way? It's a sign there. You've been programmed to read that sign. So now we're in the era of putting our putting our signs out, true, but reading the signs, all of them. Like, I think there was someone who said um they had start to ask for every light to be green, and without the little clicker, because there's a little clicker that people were buying that they can change the stoplights, right? But then I'm like, who the hell wants to be around here changing, having a clicker in your car, 1111? I knew it was about to come because there's a thing. And my birthday right there, 229. Um, they were changing the stoplights. And I'm like, but isn't that scary for you to be having a clicker in your hand to change stoplights? Because what if you change the stoplight for you and then somebody's in 45 and they're going the opposite way? I just wouldn't play that game. But it's like playing Russian roulette to me. So, um, yeah, I don't know if I want to play that. So, my pen fell. Hello. So we just need to know that, pay attention to all the signs. Today I expect unexpected income and unexpected opportunities. That's for money. I love working with people who bring positive vibes and good energy. That's career. Hi. Every no gets me closer to my next yes. And I love working with people who bring positive vibes and energy. That car stayed. So I love working with people who have positive vibes and energy. We got 7 people in the chat. Yes, I am healthy and fit. But I've been at here like an hour and 33 minutes, but I feel good. I thank you guys. Like, I really do feel like YouTube is a good tool for me. It's a good it's a good therapy. It's a good therapy. It's a good therapy. Communication. So let's go. Mental magic. Mental magic. So I was reading yesterday in Genesis, and so I have been fighting with this thing about cards, and I always felt like there was some behind the scenes of why people didn't like cards, or they liked playing cards but they didn't like cards with words. Or so I was fighting with it, and there's a scripture that I broke down in Genesis. So what I did was I went back and I got my Bible out, and started back reading from the beginning. And I have the Message Bible because I am a messenger and I get messages and I'm a messenger, right? And I know that's who I am. And I've always got messages, but I didn't know what they were. It's like the whole sign thing, the stop sign. So I didn't know what the cards were about, and I had got the cards and I had put the cards down, and so I was reading in the Genesis, and I was decoding it, and it was some a scripture about cards, but you had to really dive deep to see that the cards were in there, and you got to do your own research. But yeah, they're tools, and you got to have all the tools. So it's another thing what let two become one is, let go of fear. That just came in, but let go of fear. You only know the tools that you need. And don't let anybody stop you. So, also, there's this thing called SMR. ASMR, right? So there's like people talking low, or people stirring a pot. And I have been seeing it, or people rattling a bowl of charms. And I wasn't really, because I had wrote it down like some time ago. And so I was sitting at the table the other day, let her cook, and I was like, there's something about shuffling cards that was giving me peace. And I was like, you know what? That's a good idea. I'm a good idealist, right? Like, I think people talk to me for ideas. I'm probably not now, because I've encouraged a few other people, but they were guys, to start a YouTube page. And, they do the gardening. And I'm not sure what the other guys actually doing, because I haven't really seen anything pop up on his page. But I was like, shuffling cards give me peace. Even though I know that I'm going to get something good out of them, or not good, it's in the eye of the beholder. But most of it is good, it's a reflection of, balance. So, but I noticed that there was just peace and just shuffling the cards. Woo! And all right, peace. All right, peace. The cards jump out at you. Oh. I don't want to wake my grandbaby up. I don't want to wake my grandbaby up. But yeah, so I find peace in the sound of just shuffling the cards. Like, it could be peace in turning the pages in your book, you know? Yeah. So, whatever you find peace in, personal power. I find peace in personal power, solar plexus chakra. That's awesome. I find peace in personal power. That's awesome. That's a sign in everything. What does this say? For me, I'm just sharing it with y'all. You have called upon this card today because it's time to step fully into your power. We are living a truly exciting time here on earth, and we are all encouraged and invited to live more from a place of empowerment. Over time, we have learned to hand over our power to other people and situations, which has created imbalance and inequality. Sometimes we feel like other people know what's best for us and the situation at hand. And due to a lack of self love and honor, we give our power over to them. It's now time to connect your own wisdom, love, and personal power. Every time you require, everything you require is within. Now it is time to look within and listen to that loving wisdom and your own divine guidance. It's time to connect with your soul. Mm. At times, power can be misunderstood as a negative or controlling expression that comes from the ego. However, the power we are talking about here is love and comes from a place deep within our hearts and soul. Have you been handing your power to others? Now is the time for you to reel it back in. It is time to make your own decisions and choices and allow the power of your soul to shine through to create and manifest your heart's desire. Connecting with your personal power will bring you abundance of opportunity and magic to your life. We've been talking about mental magic all morning. The power of the universe is surging through you at all times. All things are possible. All is the mind, the universe is the mental. Harness. Harness this power and enhance your life and well being. Know you are supported fully by your higher self and the universe in this powerful and exciting transition. The affirmation is I am empowered. Thank you for my piece of personal power. So, the next one is play, and it's heart chakra. Thank you. You have pulled this card today as a reminder to bring more play into your world. Life may have been getting you down or late of late and to the worry. Hold on. Life may have been getting you down of late and the worry of your day-to-day commitments. May be causing you a mountain of stress. You are the mountain. One of the most powerful ways to release tension and worries of the world is to take some time and play and feel joy. Life can become so intense and serious we forget to play, which is the fundamental expression of joy of the soul. The soul, you are the soul, you are the seed, you are the plant, you are the trees. It is now time to connect with the joyful aspects of you and embrace the essence of play. When was the last time you played? Hey guys, you may like to take your dog to a park, go to the beach, play a game of sports with friends, whatever it is that allows you to give the gift of play to yourself. It is very important for your growth at this time to allow the energy of play to cleanse your mind, body, and spirit. Let's read that again. Whatever it is that allows you to give the gift of play to yourself, it is very important for your growth at this time to allow the energy of play to cleanse your mind, body, and spirit. It is a natural state to play and have fun. Playfulness is a powerful medicine for the soul, and brings about a deep release, healing stale energies and worries. Playfulness is a powerful medicine. Oh my God, I can feel my pineal gland just thumping. Play brings about a deep connection to the joy of the cosmos. Bring more play into your life so you can feel the joy of the cosmos flowing through your soul and into your world. Affirmation is: I play joyfully in the magic of the universe and I am free to be me. I'm free. I'm human, but I'm comfortable with me. I'm capable, got everything I need. I'm hopeful and I'm living out my dreams. Yes. Oh, oh. Whew. Yes. So that's me for today, guys. I love you guys. I appreciate every energy that came in the room today. And I can get off not, well, oh, my ear is ringing. I can get off and not feel empty. I feel like I was on the receiving end of giving and receiving. I'm thankful that I didn't have any crazy comments today. I've been trying to cleanse the space of the energy. I only want to do things that make me feel good. And I want other people to only do things that make them feel good, in spite of, I just heard nickiness. Like, nickiness. Like, my name is Twinkle, so just be free to have a space of, every day is not going to be rainbows and butterflies. Like, chaos is in there. Find play in the chaos. And that makes me feel good. So I'm thankful for all the energies that came in here today. I'm thankful for the comments. I'm thankful for the 2 likes. And I just want to say, guys, just live your best life. And in spite of everything that they say is going on, you have the opportunity to create your peace on earth. Like these um these energies of um how do I want to say that? How do I want to say this? If we read in our book, there has been war and chaos on the negative side, and fear mongering, and people implanting fear, and people um, playing with your algorithm, your mind for um, as long as we know of, right? As far back as it could be written in words, right? Words are your swords. Words have power. You know, we don't have a rock in our mouth. We don't have a muzzle. We have the voice, which is your blueprint to bring things into fruitation. The mind first, and then the matter, the thoughts become things, is actually formless into matter, is what I'm trying to say. If you want to if you picking up what I'm dropping. So create the asking, what am I to do, what am I to say, to open the door, right? Like the doors, the portals, we see them having portals up everywhere. So we know there are portals, there are the unseen things, realms, the Jacob's ladder, right? To connect us to another dimension. And we're just trying to find some play in this. Like when I think of play, like when I just thought of play, not play like play, but some give in the play. Like when something's tight, you're just looking to try to find some give in that play. You want to break that chain to the point where you can move, and you can mm, like when a person has a rock in their mouth or a muzzle over their mouth, that that mental alchemy of it is, if I could just if I could just breathe deep, if I could just relax, right? That's what we're looking for. I don't know if I helped anybody today, but my intentions were pure. My intentions are um, like Snow White, just white as snow. Because I've been in the dark. Like the dark night of the soul is a repeat thing. You go in it, but you're finding balance. So I know I don't want to go back to the bottom. I don't care to be at the top, because we see the top is crumbling. But those were the words. Those last shall be first. So don't fight it. Just find your little own little piece on earth, and take what resonates, leave the rest, and just enjoy. But I don't know if I'm gonna try to come back live. If you like anything that's happened on this channel today, go check out some of my not so good videos, because baby, it's a process over here. Trust the process, because she's still working on her, and she's just trying to show up and have play. And baby, I don't give a fuck. I'm a don't give a fuck bitch. I really, 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 really want to break all generational curses against women. I think all women should be using their voice to shift the algorithm in their consciousness. Peace. Have a good day, guys.